What's up, y'all? Good evening. Straight to the point. Y'all pound that like button. Hit the sub. And hit them notifications too. Late night tip once again. Still grinding hard no matter what. Uh, be sure you share this video too as well. All right, so as you see, they just awarded the TSA workers the workers that did not call in, they didn't call in sick and kept coming to work during the 40 days shutdown that had happened. And they were awarded a much deserved 10K bonus. In my opinion, should be a lot more. And I'm like, if they could give them 10K, what about the reparations? But anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna get on that. But they did deserve it. They definitely did deserve it, and my question is this: what about the workers that need their back pay, that need to get caught up on these bills? Because, $10,000 for some, believe it or not, $10,000 for some people is not really a lot of money. Now, it's a blessing for many people, but some people don't see $10,000 as a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying some people. Now, you have a lot of people that are thankful for receiving that because they get to catch up on bills and that sort of thing. But what about the back pay that supposedly you're not even giving to some of those workers, and they got to go to work regardless? See, I think that this right here is to say, okay, look, we're giving you 10K, tread lightly with this, okay? Because we already know that another shutdown is likely to happen in January. That's why I said don't get too comfortable, and that's what I was telling the homie Cypress TV man. I was letting him know. Shout out to Cypress too. I was letting him know, man, this isn't over with. This is not over with, man. And they're gonna continue butting heads about the same BS, which is what it really all boils down to is healthcare and the premiums. And they still haven't, regardless of what they sign. Of course, they're gonna sign it. They're gonna make it look good. Everybody, hey, we can get back to work and stuff like that. Yeah, just temporarily, because they know that people are gonna act the fool. The crime is gonna go through the roof. If they were to have a shutdown during the holidays, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna open everything up, just for a little bit. Then they're gonna revisit the same bullshit back in January, and then it's likely that things are gonna be shut down again. But there's some things that you could do to prepare yourself. Like, for one, now okay, hey, look, this is what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? This is giving you an opportunity. Look, a lot of people don't see 2 months. Well, yeah, it's roughly I'd say about 3 months, because we're in November. We're mid-November now, almost. Yeah, we're mid-November now. So then you got December. Then you got the end of January. So I would say about 2.5 months. That's enough time for you to stack up, and stock up, and save, and don't spend nothing, and tread lightly on what you're doing, because they know what you're doing. They're not stupid, and they actually want some people to struggle. They want to get rid of some people, just so uh, they can have their merry little way with you. And that's what I was just talking about that with Steph Curry, about having ownership. Now is the best time for you to own something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a business, you know what I'm saying? Really, really, really a business, because you want to be able to profit off of what you own. And they can't take that away from you. You know what I'm saying? Not unless you're doing crime or something like that, and you're doing something illegal. But other than that, they cannot take anything away from you. That's even if it's just a small business that you just starting out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's just putting your LLC in your name, it's going to be a brand. It's going to be a business. But a lot of people don't want, they don't want to think about that. They want to be able to depend on the government. They want to depend on on the state. You know what I'm saying? They want to depend on the federal. And for what it's worth, yes, it's a good thing to have. But in cases like this, you have people literally on TikTok and IG, crying and bawling because and just losing their minds because they had never been through no situation like this. They have gotten so used to depending on the government and their benefits and what perks it brings and stuff like that. When it was taken away, they didn't know what to do. And like I said, I feel bad for the people, because I actually know many people that work for the government, work for have a federal job, and also work for the state too. And it does have its perks, but we're not living in the same type of world that we were living in 20 years ago. 10, 15, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? This is the same. This isn't the 80s, 1990s, early 2000s. We don't live in that. We don't live in that type of world no more. We definitely don't live in that type of economy anymore. But I'm happy for them. But is this just okay? Hey, there's always a catch to something. It's always a catch to something. What's up with it? My boy Cheyenne in the building, man. How you feeling, bro? Yeah, getting ready to touch on Klay Thompson in just a minute. I was just talking about Steph Curry splitting with Under Armour. I was just talking about him, man. But hit that like, man, and share the video, man. Hit the like button, man. Trying to get it out. They not getting my stuff out, man. So please hit the like button, man. It's free. It don't cost money. But like I was saying, everybody wants to think that, okay, yeah, this is over with. Okay, he's giving us our money. that's the end all be all. But there's a catch to everything, man. It's always a catch to everything. And I'm just anxious to see what it is, what's behind it. And I hate that I have to think that way, but it's the harsh truth. Is this 10K gonna be flat out, or of course you're gonna have to pay Uncle Sam. And then are you giving this 10K to us because, okay, there's gonna be some more there's gonna be some more repercussions that's gonna come. It's gonna be some more BS that's gonna come within the next 2 months, and we're gonna need you again. So that's what I'm thinking about, man. Now look, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that those people that work through what they work through, yes, well deserved. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. Those people deserve their money, and even the people that lost their jobs and weren't able to come, and people that got furloughed. You know what I'm saying? The people that got furloughed and unfortunately lost their job and they can't come back. I think something should be done for them too, because they didn't ask for that. I mean, they were blindsided by this whole situation. And like I said, man, that's a shot, man. I'm telling you, man. You gotta scrounge. You don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know where your next meal is gonna come from. Then on top of that, you had a trap situation. So, like I said, man, it's a catch to everything. Congrats to the workers. I'm glad they got their money. 10K. Those people, that were there, they probably were able to budget their money. They probably were in a good situation. They probably had people that was looking out for them. We don't know the situation, but all we know is that they worked and they showed up to work. Salute to them. But I wouldn't have been mad if they wouldn't have showed up. Because a lot of people were calling in. A lot of people were like, well, shoot, I'm not getting no money. I don't have no money. I'm burning gas. Some people got to travel, miles upon miles to get to work or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to make a long commute. Got to take all that into account. And then some people, they got to figure out what type of adjustments that they got to make to their schedule because of this whole situation. And with the kids, stuff like that, man, it's a lot of stuff, man, that you got to take into account that they had to go through. And so when people call in and they say they're not coming and stuff like that, I don't blame them. Now, if they had the means to get to work and the government was open, well, I'm not buying it. But in this case, I don't blame them. But that 10K, it was necessary. And a lot of people didn't think that it would come, that he wasn't going to come through with it, but he came through with it, But like I said, is there a catch? And then also, this makes you wonder, okay, well, what about, everybody's going to be looking for the 2K now. Everybody's going to be looking for the $2,000. Where's the $2,000 at? Where's the money at? That's, a lot of people feel like they're old. Some people don't, to be honest with you, some people don't deserve the 2K. I'm just being honest with you. They don't deserve the 2K, especially like people that don't work hard. You know what I'm saying? They just out here just to blow money or whatever. But I'm like, the people that deserve the 2K are the people that they're pounding the pavement every day to go to work. You know, their situation is messed up. You know, they got, you know, you know, such as a single mom who isn't getting any help at all, but she's busting her ass, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever she can instead of trying to do it, you know, illegal or do it, you know, do something that's unjust. Those are the people that I feel like, you know, deserve 2K, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, they don't have no food in their refrigerator, you know what I'm saying? You know, they just struggling, you know what I'm saying, trying to make ends meet. Those are the people that deserve 2K. But if you're just looking for two, now look, you could do whatever you want to. Like, this is, well, I don't want to say it's a free country because you're gonna have to pay on the back end, but this is supposed to be a free country. Come on, go. Damn, what are you doing? Your ass know how to drive? God, dog. My fault, but yeah, shout out to them TSA workers, man. They deserve it, man. They deserve it. A lot of those people, like, you don't know those individual situations. So it's easy for us to sit up here and say, okay, yeah, man, they just gonna, you know, yeah, you'll be surprised what people say, man. You'll be surprised what people say. A lot of people are probably jealous. No, you should be happy for those guys. Those guys sacrificed, and they wasn't getting any paid. 40 days. That's a month. That's a month and 10 days, man. Really 43 days. If we gonna get technical, yeah, that's a long time. Like, some people get paid weekly. Some people get paid, you know, bi-weekly or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But either way, that's about, okay. If you're getting paid weekly, that's 7. Hold on. That's 7. 128. That's about 6 weeks. If you're getting paid weekly, that's 6 paychecks. And if you're getting paid bi-weekly, that would be 3 paychecks. That would be 3 paychecks that you get. So, with the amount of, well, depending on how much they make, depending on what money they bring into the table or whatever, you know, they got bills, they got rent, mortgage. Some people got mortgages, car payments. Some people got to put their food in the house because some people don't have, you know, those type of benefits that people got. Some people are living check to check. You got to think about all the stuff that they're missing out. So, in essence, that 10K is well deserved. Matter of fact, like I said, a lot of people gonna think I'm crazy for saying this. I think they should get more than 10K. I think a lot of people should get more than 10K. Because you gotta realize, man, some of these people were probably going to work hungry. Some of these people were tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me not only 10K, give me like 15K and let me take like a week or 2 weeks off. Or give me like a month off to let me do whatever I need to do so I can relax, because working in the airport is stressful in itself. Then on top of that, you got to deal with, you know, the type of work that the TSA workers are doing. It's not easy. Being an air traffic controller and stuff like that, man, it is not easy by any means. Trust me, I know people that have worked that job, man. And for the people that sitting up there saying, oh man, well they should have went to work and it's not that hard. Nah, man. Nah, you obviously haven't talked to somebody or don't know anybody that has been in that type of job field. It is not easy. It's not easy working directly in the airport. You know what I'm saying? As you know, a person that, you know, does the luggage and checking you in. It's not easy, man, because you deal with a lot of people. You're dealing with celebrities. You're dealing with entertainers. You're dealing with all races, all different type of cultures, backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with criminals. You're dealing with goody two-shoe people. I mean, you name it, you dealing with it over there. You know, you dealing with people that are depressed. Some people are flying because they got to go to a funeral. You know what I'm saying? They don't really want to be about the bullshit. You got people that are angry. You're dealing with a lot of different people with a lot of situations that's going on. Oh, about to go in the other lane. So, yeah, that was that. Man, then I gotta talk about Klay Thompson, man. Shout out to Klay Thompson, man. We know that Klay Thompson been going through a rough time right now with the Mavericks. He's likely, from what I hear, what's going on, likely gonna be traded. I'll talk about that in a whole nother video. But of course, now that Klay Thompson done got with Megan Thee Stallion, everybody want to put their, you know, give their opinion and stuff like that. Well, some of them happen to play in the NBA, you know what I'm saying, or they're former NBA players, and that's Pat Bev and White Chocolate, aka Jason Williams, and they pretty much gave their opinion on the Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion situation. But Klay Thompson was not having that. And he stood on business, and he didn't like the fact that, you know, they referred to Megan as the P word, pretty much essentially calling her, kitty cat, but the other word. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to chill out with all the language that I've been using lately. Klay Thompson stood on business, man. I've already talked about this before, so we'll go ahead and revisit this again. Like Klay Thompson, man, he's at the point of his life, man, where he's trying to build with this woman. Okay, listen, I got my feelings about Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all that don't know, man, I've seen Megan Thee Stallion in person. I was a huge fan of hers when she first came out over here in Texas, man. Okay? She's a highly talented woman. Okay? Now this is before the fame. Like this was I knew she was gonna be famous. I knew she was hot. As a matter of fact, I was jamming her single, her first hit. You know what I'm saying? Her first hit that she came out with. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I kept like, man, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? But she came down here, man, and she repped for Texas and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Got to see her, stuff like that, man. And I was like, okay, she gonna dominate, man. She gonna do a thing. Even when people were doubting her, it's kind of like the same situation with Glorilla. I wanted both of them to make it. Y'all hit that like button when y'all come in here, man. Hit that like, hit that like, hit that like. Give your boy a like. But then, like, somehow, some way, man, Megan Thee Stallion, she started to change a little bit. And some of her actions I didn't necessarily agree with. Like, I didn't agree with what happened with Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? Like that situation, it made me look at her different. You know what I'm saying? But then, she got with Klay Thompson. I was able to overlook that. You know what I'm saying? I done moved on. Look, if Klay is happy, I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? But see, now, they want to sit there and they want to go ahead and, disrespect her. Well, Klay Thompson, he's not having that. They want to call, Klay Thompson all these names. Say he's a simp and all this other BS. Like I said before, go do your research on Klay Thompson, man. This dude, man, he had plenty of females, man. He don't have nothing to prove to y'all. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, from a successful standpoint, guess what? He's a champion. One of the best shooters ever to do it. If not, one of the top two shooters of all time. Probably the best catch and shoot player ever. One of the best two-way players ever to do it. Okay, so he don't have nothing to prove to you. He could get any female that he wanted to. He just happened to choose Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion chose him. Megan Thee Stallion like him. They love each other. They taking it serious. So he did the right thing by defending her. And that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, you may not like the fact that, he's with her. You may not like the fact that, they're getting together and all this other stuff. But they love each other, so just go ahead and stay out of the business. It's the same situation as any other of these celebrities. And I know a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to, they don't want to have these type of conversations. But it's the truth, man. It's the truth. This dude was, he defending Megan Thee Stallion, but if he didn't defend it, well, then guess what? Then you'll have all these feminists coming out saying, "Oh, why you let them talk about her like that?" And then you'll have dudes up in there be like, "Man, how you gonna let them talk about your woman like that or whatever?" You know what I'm saying? But then he defends her. He is simp, and oh man, why you defending her? Stuff like that. Why you getting flowers for her because you were late? Stuff like that. Don't y'all know that some of y'all ain't never been in a relationship? You could tell some of these people that be typing, they ain't never been in a relationship before. They ain't never been in a marriage. They ain't never been in no committed type of relationship or anything like that. So they probably wouldn't understand getting flowers or, you know what I'm saying, getting some roses or doing something romantic and all that. They probably wasn't taught to do that. So it looks weird. It looks weak. But that's not the case. And as I've said before, you had some of the most hardcore street dudes, and we'll take it back, back to the 60s and the 70s or whatever. You had guys that were wearing nothing but suits and ties, straight street gangsters. You know what I'm saying? And they would take their woman out and they would treat them real good. But guess what? If you mess with them, guess what? Your life was at risk. Those guys were not to be messed with, but they pulled plenty of females. Plenty of them. Plenty of them, man. So, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. For Klay Thompson standing on business for Megan Thee Stallion, But that's my time. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit them notifications. Straight to the point. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. I'm gone.